Hello, my name is Shidhar Shrivastava and this is my video blog. Today I want to talk about this website called Quora. I love Quora. I've been reading a lot of answers on Quora, and if you're not familiar with what Quora is, you should just Google it right now. Quora is basically a forum where there are questions and you can answer those questions, and there are people who have already answered those questions. So you can ask any question to anyone and some people will answer that question. Now initially when I didn't know anything about the Quora, but there was a boss of mine who told me that if you want to promote your website or if you want to promote your blog, I think you should use Quora, because he used Quora a lot when he was in US to promote his own personal website. So I thought, why should I go and check this website out, which is such a cool place to actually market your website. And I went there and I realized that it is such an intellectual thing, because any question that you're going to ask is going to be answered by someone, and someone is going to go through all that trouble to actually find the answer for you. And there are so many stupid and intelligent questions which has been, there are times which are repetitive, which are times when you feel that how can someone ask that question, and then you read that answer to that particular stupid question, and then you realize that people are so intelligent to actually answer that stupid question as well. But there are numerous and millions of questions on Quora which are daily being answered by people. Then I decided that I'm going to answer those questions, and I'm going to make a name for myself on Quora, because a lot of people who has been on Quora has made a name for themselves in the writing field. One of those guys was Nicholas Cole, and I admire Nicholas Cole like anything. He just passed out of his creative writing classes, and he had no job, and he couldn't get any job, so he decided to write in Quora. So every day for 1 year he kept on writing one answer. After 1 year, one of his answers got millions of shares. Then there is a thing called upvotes, which is like the like in Facebook. So he got millions of upvotes on that, and he got noticed by other companies like Inc, Business Insider, and many other companies, and they offered him a job of writing. This is how he launched his career. He has written a lot of answers, he has been patient, and he used Quora as a board where he actually improved his writing skills. So initially when I started writing on Quora, there were times when I just couldn't understand why people were not reading my answers. I was just writing things, and there were grammatical mistakes, there were problems there with my writing. I would start with one topic and I would go and move to another topic. The question would be something else, and I would start the question with the same concept that the question was asked, but later I would move on to somewhere else, and Quora would then move my answer to some other section. So that kept on happening, but I learned a lot. There were some answers of mine that got more than 4,000 upvotes and likes and all these shares, and I was really happy about all those kind of things. But it takes time. And you have to understand how Quora works. You have to put a lot of images, you have to put a lot of pointers, you have to put a lot of quotes, and you have to make your writing very interesting. In short, if I say, you have to make it very interesting. The more interesting your writing will be, the more people will read your answer on Quora. One of the things that I also understand while writing answers on Quora, that is stories work like anything on Quora. If you're writing in a story, like an anecdote or some experience that you have while traveling, while being a part that you are living as a life, if you are narrating your life instant, people actually like that very much, and there are lots of upvotes that you get for mentioning your life experiences. If you put a lot of photos that are relevant, you don't have to put photos just for the sake of putting photos. If you put a lot of relevant photos, you get a lot of traction through that, because people actually like looking at the photos. A simple paragraphical writing on Quora without any pointers is very difficult to read actually. So one of the things I learned from Neil Patel, he was a digital marketing guru, and he used to write a lot of blogs in which every article of his was more than 2,000 words long. So the best part of his writing was that he never used a lot of long paragraphs. Every sentence of his was 1 or 2 sentences long. Every paragraph of his was 1 or 2 sentences long. So it was very interesting to read. There was a lot of spaces, there were a lot of wide spaces. The font was really big, so it is very easy to read while you are on your mobile, or whether you are on your iPad or whether you are on your laptop. So that is what I use on Quora as well. I try to make it look as clean as possible. I try to put things on block and italics. I used to use all the formatting methods that Quora provides. So I would suggest that you go on Quora and at least start reading answers if you don't like to write answers, because it's going to give you an insight about a lot of things that you never thought that you can get. You can get a lot of links from there. You can also promote your own things from there. I think you should just start make an account on Quora and start reading answers on that. One day you will be forced from inside to write some answers to some people, because there are people who write answers. Like sometimes when I am on Quora and I'm reading some questions, there are more than 5-10 answers out there, and none of the answers actually I feel that none of the answers are actually giving the right answer to the question that has been asked. So I go ahead and research and start putting my answers there. If you want to check my Quora account, I'm giving the link in the description box. You can go and check that. Till that time, thank you and goodbye, and do check the Quora.